I asked and you delivered me a witch ton of questions. I'm sincerely here to help and I really care. So I'm going to give you some advice and help better your life. But please remember to take this with a grain of salt because I am one sassy witch and not all of it's going to be very helpful. That's my disclaimer. Let's do this. Jess wrote in about a lovely person that she is unable to let go of. She says that she's usually able to do so, but this person, this man, has got her by the short and curlies. She's not able to let go, and I mean the short and curlies in her heartstrings. So what do we say to Jess? This is my help, Jess. I'm getting it from Spirit right now. Jess, you need to grow the fuck up. I'm sorry, but this person does not want to think for you. Wait, my guides are saying something else. Yeah, he's a fuckboy. Yep. Oh, and you're not the only one who's doing this too. So the best thing you can do is burn all his photos, delete and block his app, and move on like the sexy motherfucker you are, and don't look back. Because seriously, he's nothing but heartache. Brandon wants to feel more connected and magical every day, but doesn't want to do rituals and spells. Let's tap into Spirit and see what Spirit has to say. Brandon, you're a magical motherfucking bitch already. Look in that mirror, put some glitter on, maybe wear a little bit of pink. Pow! You don't need no spells or rituals. You are it, bitch. And if you need to feel a little bit extra, run around the room with a unicorn horn on for a bit, then take it off and go on your way. Gina wants her ex to talk to her. I'm just gonna tap, basically that's what Gina wants. I'm just gonna tap into Spirit and see what Spirit, Spirit basically screamed at me, why, Gina, why? Why? Write him a letter and fucking burn it, scream it out, like talk to somebody else. Talk to a stuffed pillow like it's your ex, because that way you can at least get it off your chest. But seriously, if they're not contacting you, they do not want to hear your voice. So don't even worry about it. Don't waste your time. They don't want to hear from you. So, pour your heart and soul out. This is like kind of half like honest advice. Pour your heart and soul out into a letter, or talk to a stuffed doll if your friends are sick of hearing it, then burn the letter and move on, because honestly, there's nothing left to say, and if you need closure, that's on you. Nikki wants to know if their mum is going to pass away in the next few months. It's fucking morbid as shit, man. Soz, pass? Maybe go talk to a healthcare professional? I'm not a doctor. I mean, I make one sexy fucking nurse, but that's not for you, Nikki. Also, sorry that your mum is maybe not well. That really fucking sucks. Sorry. You could cast a healing spell. But yeah, go see a doctor. Yeah, straight up. Sia is like a lot of people. Unemployed because of COVID, in debt, doesn't know what they want to do, but wants to start a business. Now look, Sia, starting a business is some hard motherfucking work. Take it from me. It is exhausting. And if you're in debt, you don't have a good credit score and you can't get the funds, basically start as small as possible. Do it from your home. Don't try to do anything brick and mortar. And if your idea requires big capital, it's probably not the right idea for you, dear. Let me just check into Spirit to make sure I was correct on that. Yeah, I'm seeing like plants for some reason, like house plants and like a brick and mortar sort of situation, but that's long-term, sweetheart. You gotta start small. Tammy's feeling unmotivated and she wants to know how to keep engaged when you just ain't feeling it. Well, you know what, you're human and sometimes you're just not gonna be feeling it. Like sometimes I don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning, or I don't feel the feels of like just feelings, or like my feelings feel like a big sack of potatoes. But the thing is that Spirit and your guides and your gods and your goddesses and your team on the other side and your spirituality never goes anywhere. It just means for me that other parts of your life need to take priority. Sometimes that means your mental health needs to have priority, or your health needs priority, or you need to focus on family or work. That doesn't mean that it's not there. The other thing you can do to help stay motivated during this time, and Brandon can also kind of help with this one as too, is make something in your day magical. Just one little thing, sit outside and drink your coffee and be thankful for the sun, the moon, the stars. Just do your gratitude practice as much as possible, and that's gonna help you get on board. Remember, Tammy, you're a bad bitch. You got this. Okay, Jen basically needs to stand out at work. She's a baller, she's doing great work. She needs to be seen. Wear mirror. Just walk into a work with a mirror dress on. I mean, that's gonna be that you're gonna sparkle. But in all seriousness, maybe start wearing a bit of like louder colors or brighter colors, because that's going to really draw people to see you. Maybe like a yellow shirt one day or an orange shirt one day. Speak the fuck up. You know what's really good about the color orange is a color for courage, creativity, and being seen. So wear orange, drink orange juice, put orange like accessories on, put maybe like an orange headband in your hair or something like that. And don't be afraid to speak up. Maybe wear something with a lion on it too, and speak up for yourself. But if all else fails, that mirror dress, it gets them every time. You're not gonna be missed. Stone it and own it. Michelle wants to know how she can start a conversation with her family about her being a witch. Now, Michelle, I do recommend that you go and watch this video where I talk about coming out of the broom closet, because I do cover quite a lot of information when it comes to that. Now, another little cheeky bit of advice, be a witch every Halloween, drop some hints there. Maybe watch some stuff like, Practical Magic is a great movie because it's kind of got a really positive vibe in it. Maybe you could start talking about things like runes or crystals and, herbs, like entry level stuff to start gauging how they're going to take that information. For example, the father of my son actually said to me on our first date, "Do you know anything about runes?" And that was when I knew I could talk to him about pretty much anything. Drop little hints and see how it goes. Christina is like a lot of people in a very religious family, and they don't understand or really accept what she's doing. Now, that's really difficult to be in. Maybe you are required to be at home because of your age, or you just were really close to your family and you want to remain so. The difficult thing is here is your boundaries, and you need to be okay with the fact that they aren't going to necessarily agree or ever see value in what you're doing, but your spirituality does not require anybody else's validation for it to be like the most amazing thing for you. I'm just gonna get something from Spirit for you, babe. You don't need the validation. You don't need the validation. That was literally what Spirit was saying. Be you, be yourself, keep being the amazing person that you are, and they're gonna see that just because you're a witch doesn't mean you're a bad person or that you do bad things, because your actions are gonna speak louder than words. And the longer that you are able to embody the amazingness that you are, means that they're gonna start to see that it's not a bad path, but don't expect they're ever gonna accept it. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is sometimes. Oh, and don't bash their religion. Let them be whatever they want to be, and yeah, don't do that. Don't bash it. That's not a good look. Chrissy wants to know what her ancestors are telling her. She sees signs all the time, but she wants to be able to decipher what they're saying. Chrissy, you need to find a way in which these messages can come through more than just signs. So for me, if I see a ladybug, I often go to the cards, because I know for me, that is a sign that one of my spirit guides is trying to tell me something. Or if I see an owl, those are big signs from the universe, and my ancestors or my spirit guides are trying to tell me something. So I'll go home and I will ask the cards, what is the message you wanted me to receive? What action do I need to take next? And then those two cards will tell me exactly what they were trying to say. Always also, if you can, because we all have phones that are watches, clocks, whatever, note the time that you see the sign and write a little email to yourself or a note of what you saw and what you felt, and then you can pull that into the reading. Basically, you gotta make it easy for them. Make it easier for them to talk to you, right? Like, fuck, they're not gonna like spell out words in your spaghetti at night. Like, you need to give them a way to communicate with you. Unless you wanna like hang lights and hang out on a Ouija board all the time, but then you might not get your actual ancestors. Jeez, they're already sending you signs. Help them out. Love Abel Lolly wants to know how she can view someone's true intentions, because her ego is always like blocking the way and she's never sure. So there's Facebook stalking, there's putting an app in their phone that tracks their movements, there's having a look at their credit card statement, there's checking out their maps on their phone to see where they've been, but that's all crazy shit. Watch what they're doing. Actions speak louder than words. If they're saying one thing and not doing another thing, if they're canceling things on you, if they're not making time for you, if they're having phone conversations and moving away from you, all that shit is red flag city. Red flag city, get out of there. And you know, like some light stalking might be okay, but disclaimer, so I don't get in trouble, I do not recommend that. Rosemary is going through something where she's binge eating a lot. She goes into a cycle. She's got a pretty good spiritual sort of routine, but this is something that's really kind of occupying her time and space. Now, full disclosure, I've actually been a part of a medical weight loss program here in BC for nearly 2 years. And something like this has been hugely eye-opening for me because I've learned about the psychology of what happens when you have either you overeat or you're not eating, or just like any of the medical weight loss things, whether it's diabetic or however it's affecting you. And there's a lot of psychology behind it, and there's a lot of resistance behind it for a lot of reasons, like our survival brain, etc. If you can look at some emotional eating journals or emotional eating workbooks, that might really help you, because I want to give you some really good advice. Otherwise, you know, if you can also maybe see a therapist or ask to speak to someone about the reason why you're trying to fill that hole. It's also about this not enough mentality, like you feel like you're not enough or whatever, so you're constantly having to consume to make up for that. So being really aware of where you're feeling like you're not enough when that starts to happen. Basically, everyone fucking struggles with something when they're on the path, right? Everyone is struggling with something. I hope you get a little bit of a spark of information in this that's going to help you, but know that you're not alone and it is a journey, but if you can do small things to intercept it, it might help you on your way. Daryl wants to know, after ghosting his friends due to a breakdown, whether he can get them back even though he has tried. Look, if your friends, if you've heartfeltly said what happened and you're sorry and it was because of this, if they can't accept that as part of what your journey was and that it is the truth, then you need to find some new fucking friends. Like, I'm sorry. Like, everyone has difficult times. Do they not know that it has been a panorama for like the last 2 years? Are they not sure that, has no one told them it's a pandemic? Do they not know they're in the middle of a Panda Express? Like, they should give you some fucking space and a little bit of understanding, Daryl. I want to talk to these bitches, Daryl, because if they are not accepting your apology, only, by the way, if you've told them earnestly what has happened, Daryl, no, that's not cool. I'm sorry. Everyone had a mental breakdown in the pandemic. Put your fucking hand up if you had a mental breakdown during the fucking pandemic. Oh, hello, me. So, you know, find some new friends if they're being assholes, to be honest. Kimberly, my dear, I've got so much to say on this subject, like so much to say. So basically, Kimberly's feeling guilt because of a whole lot of shit. You can read it in this, like I'm putting the pop-up there. Guilt serves nobody. Let me say that again. Guilt serves no one. It doesn't serve your higher self. All it serves is a pity party, low bullshit that wants to cling on to some yucky crap. You cannot change the past. If you're embracing who you are, if you're helping your beautiful children who are being who they are and authentically being who they are, if you are enjoying your life, say fuck off to that guilt. Look guilt in the eye and say, you know what? You don't belong here. You don't live here. You don't pay fucking rent. See ya bloody later. The exit is this way. You know what? And then anytime that bitch tries to crawl its way back into your brain, you say, I thought I fucking gave you an eviction notice, guilt. Get out of here. Put up a wall. Go shoo, shoo. Put those boundaries up. And also, you know what? You are never too old. You are never too old to start learning the craft of the wise. Fuck, you're in the best position to start learning the craft of the wise because you are starting in this amazing space. You've gone through the maiden and the mother. You are going to be coming into the crone, which is the most wisest, badassest, kick-assest, amazing part of witchcraft. So you know what? I've told you what to do. Give your kids some fucking love. Give them big kisses and say, you know what? We're going to be a big fucking rainbow fucking witch family from now on, and tell guilt to go get shoved. That was solid advice. And on that note, I'm gonna go wash my mouth out with soap because I think I said fuck about 1 million times in that video. So yeah, do you want me to help you? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll try to give you some sassy advice. I mean, you've seen how fantastic it is. And I'll see you hot ass witches next time. Daryl wants to know, after pulling a ghosty